Today, Totally LA is in Santa Monica Art Studios with the acclaimed artist Gwen Samuels. Gwen's unique, one-of-a-kind, three-dimensional art has been exhibited in major galleries and art shows for over a decade. Gwen has invited us into her studio to tell us a bit about her career and how her unique style of art evolved.
My work is a process, and there are lots of different layers. So if you look closely on the board here, you can see that there are lots of images in repeat patterns, and they are going to be the background of a sort of photography quilt that I'm creating. And I'm piecing all of it together right now. These two pieces I've already finished, and then they'll have to be stitched together. And as you can see, I'm working with insects. So you can see that I'm going to start placing things together so that there's three different variations on the same idea. And so in the end, it's going to be a 9-patch, which is kind of a traditional style quilt, although it won't be quilted. And then I'm going to put this here, and if you look really closely, you can notice that there's going to be, there's 3 styles of dresses, and there's 3 styles of backgrounds. So what I want to do is do 9 variations. And so I'm just giving you a little preview of how it's going to work. And by the way, it may change, but this, I think, is the direction that I'm going. Okay, so you can see that if you look, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1, that's 1. So they're all going to be related. And then in between, I've got all these little bug borders. So that's how it's going to end up. And it's going to be, like I said earlier, it's probably going to be a 9-patch. And everything is taped now. And that's actually how I work with my flat work. I start with tape. I tape everything together. I see how I like it. And then if you look really closely, you can see it's hand stitched. So I'll be poking holes and stitching it all together. Well, it's very interesting. When people look at my work, they're always very intimidated. And I just want to show you how easily it's made. And this is earlier sculptural work. So you can see it's really just a form that I've reinforced, and it weighs nothing. And it just hangs, if you look closely, it's just a tack. So it just, oh, here. Okay. It's very, very sturdy. All the pieces are just hung with tacks. And if it's lit well, then you get a really nice shadow. I have a list of collectors that I try to keep up to date, although sometimes when you donate your work, you don't always find out who's purchased it, which is unfortunate. But very often I run into people and they see what I'm doing and they say, oh, I bought your work at this event, or I bought your work at that event. So it's a good idea if you can to keep track of who is collecting your work. But otherwise, it's just nice to know someone appreciates what you're doing.
Thank you for watching. Please be sure to visit the link to Totally LA below to learn more about Gwen and how to see or purchase her art. And please don't forget to subscribe.